So sure enough, I did, and I prayed, and my daughter's like, "Papi, me first, me first, me first." And I'm like, "All right, well, you go first then." And my nephew had already started praying, and I didn't want to stop him because he was just telling God about all these things that were happening in his life, and mommy and daddy, and Lord save mommy, and Lord. And I was like, I'm not going to stop him. And he kept praying, and my daughter started praying, and I could hear her just saying, "Lord, mommy, Bobby, Lennon, baby, grandpa, grandma," and the last thing that came out of her mouth was, "Papa Dios, you the best." I said, "Where did she get that from?" I know Dora doesn't say that. So, "Papa Dios, you the best." Like, all right, Papa Dios, you're the best. She got up and she ran away, and my nephew's still praying. I walked to brush my teeth, and he's still praying. And then I started feeling a little uncomfortable, and I said, "He's still praying. I'm still here doing nothing." And he didn't even care. He was praying. He was praying. I said, "Wow, how humble that he loves to talk to God like that." And I can't even pray to God for 5 seconds. In reality, I do it because the Lord thank you, and I'm gone, and I do it in the morning, and I do it at night. But no, he does it the same time before he goes to bed in the morning. And I had just called him to pray, and he was so pumped up, and he was praying. And I said, "You know what? They go through so many things. When my daughter behaves, yes, I'm an old school parent, and I spank. And if I gotta be tough on my nephew, then I'm tough on my nephew too. And hey, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, he just hit that little girl like that. Wow, what's going on here?" But meekly to domination on the street by others. You could do so many things to a child, and they'll still some way, somehow find happiness in the middle of the storm. In the middle of a problem, their humbleness, they will still find happiness. And that to me is so beautiful. And God has called us to serve, and it's beautiful because leadership begins at the feet of Jesus. And in order for us to lay down our all at the feet of Jesus, we got to learn to serve. For he called us for that. For I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, or everybody here, knows that Jesus came. Jesus came not for anything else, but to serve, to show us, hey, I'm human now, and I came to serve. I came to show you love. I was reading, and this is something that I had never read, and guys, that's why sometimes you should sit down and read the Bible for hours, because you'll read things and you're like, "Oh my God," and I'm sitting there and I'm reading the Bible in my living room, and I read that Jesus, at one point, had done some miracles, and right before he had crossed over the sea, he noticed that he had to leave because those people had so much respect for him that they were going to make him king. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but they were going to make Jesus king, which he is king. But those people were going to take down the king that was there and make Jesus their king. And I was like, wow, he ran away from that. He didn't want that. He did not want that. He wanted to serve. He did not want to become king. He wanted to serve. He did not want to become a king and have everything in the world. He wanted to die on the cross for me and you. He wanted to serve. He wanted to show us love. And how amazing is that? And you know what, guys? Why do I bring the doormat ministry? And why do I say that I have a ministry? My pastor has sometimes heard me tell people, and he laughs, and you're great. And you know what? That's not only my ministry. That's every single one of you guys We're learning. But you know what? Sometimes our pride gets in the middle of things. Sometimes we want to do things together. Sometimes we won't do things at church because we want a title. Because without a title, we feel like we're nothing. Because without a title, we feel like this ain't worth it. In order for you to come into a building, most of the time, I mean, in my house, there's a doormat. People wipe their feet on the doormat. They might have dog poop on it, or people really don't care. They might be picking their noses as they come to your house and flick them off right in the middle of the doormat. And people probably spit at my tongue. I mean, I don't know. If I ever invite you to my house, don't worry about that. My house is really clean. I'm just saying. But you know what? In order to get into the house, you need to wipe your feet in that doormat. And nobody really notices that doormat. Nobody really pays attention to the doormat. The doormat is just there. And if you really think about it, without that doormat, you wouldn't be able to come into the house. Without that doormat, your feet wouldn't be clean to come into the house. A lot of us want to be the house and don't want to be the doormat. Jesus didn't come to be a king, he came to serve. Proverbs tells me that before honor comes humility. Way before honor. So if you're not humble, trust me, you're going the wrong way. As I prepared this message, it kept hitting me and hitting me and hitting me, and I'm like, Lord, is this for me or is this for them? I mean, what's going on here? There's been times, guys, that I've worked for my youth so much. I've done so many things for my youth. I've gone out to youth pastor conferences. I've done so many things. I've bought them things. I've cried for them. I fought for them. I have, went against my pastor and told him, Pastor, but please, And he's like, listen, no. And I've done so many things. And a lot of people ask me, what are you at your church? You the youth pastor? And it doesn't hit me till then that my pride starts kicking in. You're not even a youth pastor. You guys don't even have a youth leader. And you do all this for nothing. No. As much as this message is for you, it's for myself. Because you know what? I got to learn to serve. I saw the pastor here looking at that video from Dominican Republic, and I said, who knows that they're doing this? Because my church doesn't know that you guys are doing this. Many churches don't know that you guys, I don't even know the names of you guys that went out there. I'm a pastor. I may know a couple of you guys, Jamil, and a couple of people that went out there, but I don't know the rest of you guys. And you know what? That is beautiful. Because you don't need nobody to know who you are. The only person that you need to know who you are is God. The only person that needs to know that you are working for him, that you are serving him with a meek heart is God. You don't need nobody but God. See, and a lot of you guys, I don't know if everybody here is saved. I don't know if everybody that stepped in here has ever heard about God. But I want to tell you, if you are one of the ones that has not accepted Christ into your life, if you think that this message is not for you, let me tell you that it is, because you are God's creation. You were made by God so you could glorify him. And if you're out there not serving God, not doing things for God,